Hi, and welcome back to NRCC Live Business Talk. We are today with the president of the organization, Gerke Witteveen, also the CFO of NN. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. It grew very fast in the last years. Quite impressive. What do you think is the reason for that?
Well, I think there are a few reasons, obviously, why we grow from 60 members to 200 members in about 3 years. That's not something that happens just because of one single thing. I think we can point out that we got much more active outside Bucharest. So if you look, the Romanian economy is growing fast, not just in Bucharest, but particularly in some other cities as well, when you talk about Cluj, about Constanța. So becoming active there. We also have Dutch companies active there, so they became members. The second thing is, I think, as in any networking organization, if you have good events that attract people and that people enjoy, it attracts other members.
They bring other people in.
They bring other people in, so I think the quality of our events is very, very important. And those are also events for every type of member. So we appeal to big corporations for some of our events, to SMEs. So we have a nice mix of members and a nice mix of activities. And I think the third thing that the executive team with Maurits is doing, and they are the ones who really work day to day, that's not my job, but they renew their activities, so we keep it fresh. There's always something new, like now, NRCC Business Talk on YouTube, and these new things, they keep it fresh and keep the members engaged.
Now, compared to other big chambers, I don't know, I'm thinking the Americans, for instance, the NRCC is not that politically active. Why?
Well, I think we have a mission in the NRCC, which is to promote trade between Romania and the Netherlands. But we see this not as a political mission, but as a much more practical economic mission. So what we mean by that is we try to provide to our members all the opportunities for networking, for meeting other companies, to create opportunities to do business. What we do is we provide practical knowledge on how to do business in Romania. This we do through our knowledge center activities, but also, for instance, through the various guides we have, an offshoring guide, an SME guide, a guide for dairy farmers. So we are much more practical, economically oriented, I would say, than politically. Having said that, we are active in Coaliția pentru Dezvoltarea României, which is the main platform for the Romanian Business Association to have constructive discussion with the public sector. So that's where we cooperate, we talk, we provide our input as well.
Now, I know you don't have to be a Dutch company to be a member of the NRCC.
Not at all.
No, you don't have to. I mean, how do you fit in the ecosystem of Dutch companies in Romania? Do you support Romanian companies wanting to do business in the Netherlands, for instance? What do you see yourself in?
Well, we're primarily oriented originally for Dutch companies coming to Romania to do business here. And over the years, we've regularly been approached by companies thinking about doing business in Romania. Can you help us? How is it? Can we get some information? As our membership grew and the network grew, we see a lot of Romanian companies who are either interested in doing business with the Dutch companies already established in Romania, but also sometimes going to Holland. And we are open to anyone. It's kind of like the Dutch culture. We are open to everybody.
You want to be a platform where people can actually learn something about business, connect with people?
Yes. And we believe the Dutch companies in Romania and some of the sectors where the Dutch have great expertise, whether it be logistics and transportation, farming, IT, we can deliver really added value to company members of our association, whatever origin they have.
Is there a connection with the Dutch embassy?
We work together a lot. We are independent institution, an independent membership organization. So we're not officially tied to the embassy, but obviously our interest in promoting trade between Romania and the Netherlands is very much aligned with some of the objectives that the embassy has. So we cooperate in various ways. For instance, we talk to companies who want to come to Romania. They might go to the embassy, to us, to both of us, to discuss how is it to do business in Romania. We help our members, and the embassy helps Dutch companies, sometimes with practical issues related to doing business in Romania. And I think thirdly, what we do a lot is also when we go outside Bucharest to the other cities, we often try to do it together. So for instance, in May, we went together to Galați to visit the Dutch companies active there in the maritime sector. And that's
Damen.
obviously Damen, but a lot of companies around it. It's not just Damen there. There's a lot of Dutch companies surrounding Damen who work in the same industry. So we do these visits together, which reinforces for both of us the objective of the visit and makes it much more powerful.
What is your role as the president of NRCC?
Well, as the president, obviously, I chair the board meetings. I work together with the executive team organizing the activities. They do the hard work, but sometimes I can advise a bit. And then when I started as a president, I really had two goals in mind. So my mission was two main goals. One is to continue the growth of the NRCC in terms of membership, in terms of activities. And the second one is for our members to maximize this networking effect. And that goes in, I would say, 3 layers. So first of within the membership. So how do we think of new ways to engage with our members? How do we keep it fresh? By NRCC TV, by doing more new events in different places. The second part of that is creating more content for our members. So we want to, my mission was to get more content into the NRCC. So since I started, we've published this SME guide, we published the Dairy Farmers Guide, and I think we should and could do more in this respect together with our members. The second part, I think, is if you look at our chamber, the Dutch chamber, we do a lot together with other chambers, bilateral chambers. So organizing events together, our members meeting their members, again, it helps to create a more stronger network of people to work together. And the third thing, I think, is very much about how we work together with the Dutch embassy. So my mission was to really deepen the relationship with the embassy, work together on the things where we have joint goals, which is a lot about promoting trade. And I think these are all kinds of ways for our members to have the maximum benefit of being a member of the NRCC.
What do the board members do?
Well, they also obviously represent the NRCC, they join events. Well, we all have our own network, so again, as a networking organization, you try as board members to make the network bigger, grow it, bring people in touch with each other. So that's really the role of a board member, to represent the NRCC and to grow the network that we have.
Now, what do you think of the level of the events of the NRCC when it comes to, quality of people, officials, and the level of talks, which is also important?
Yeah, as I already mentioned, I think my judgment is less important than the judgment of our members. And our members are very clear. They love the context, they love the talks. They believe they're the right people to do business with, to share ideas with, to gain knowledge. So for me, the quality of the events is measured by the satisfaction of our members, and we get very good returns on when we ask them how they think of the events.
What is the most fun?
The most fun?
Yeah, the best party, after party of.
I would say Orange Night is hard to top
Night.
because it's really big. But at the same time, personally, for me, fun means a lot of times when I go out of Bucharest. So the visits to Cluj or Galați, because you meet different people and you visit
running away from home.
Yeah, but you visit the companies where they're actually, because in Bucharest we're often in these hotels or rooms, and then you go to Galați and you're invited into the company. When we were at Damen, we get the whole tour of the shipyard.
That you have brought together a community of people that I did not know existed in Cluj. How do you find those guys?
Well, I mean, it starts somewhere. So we have some, there are Dutch companies in Cluj. We have a couple of board members who are based in Cluj. So through that network, also here the embassy
it's
actually.
Who you know and who he knows and who.
The honorary consul for the embassy, Mr. Wouter Rijs, is very active in Cluj. So that is a start of a community. And then you start organizing events. And again, it's this networking event of people seeing it's a good event with interesting people. So they bring someone along the next time. And this is how it grows and builds.
Thank you, sir. And I'll see you next NRCC event.
For sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, this was Gerke. Am I pronouncing well?
Close enough.
Gerke Witteveen, the president of NRCC. I'll see you at the next NRCC Live Business Talk.